we've got this tow truck. I don't know if you guys remember my husband saying that all of his cars work. Typically, you don't use a tow truck if it doesn't work. Carl, what do you think about that?
I've heard that Mac works on cars. He's a car expert.
Uh-huh.
This feels like a defeat.
It feels like something went wrong.
Yeah.
When he always promises me that things don't go wrong.
The neighbors seem concerned. Like,
as they should be.
Is this the fall of the king?
This is a giant tow truck in a little neighborhood.
Am I the car guy now?
Oh, look. Why couldn't he drive his own car home?
Maybe it's like the buddy system. Like maybe Mac's car wanted to be on top of the other car. He's always going to go over your curb and ruin your grass.
Who do we think that guy is?
That's my neighbor. Not only is he another car enthusiast, he is also a master mechanic.
Stop.
He's a worried neighbor. And Mac's having to admit his error.
Because just the other day I was telling Mac that I didn't trust some of his cars, and he said they all work. Literally all of them work.
Oh, that's confidence.
That right? Because I feel like he could have drove that home from work if it worked.
Why do you think he lied to you?
That's a really good question.
I'm in my lovely B-Swap Civic. Put the key in, get ready to start it. Nada. Not a thing. I think it's my main relay. I'm not walking distance to a store that may have one, so I am waiting for a colleague to come pick me up. And this is the only car that I have in town. I usually have 2 cars in this town, but right now I don't because I sold one. And I'm pretty sure I can fix it tonight. The relay I need to replace is right there. That gray thing with the wires coming out of it with the little brown bottom. That's it. All right, so I replaced the relay. Let's see. Nothing. It's not the relay. It could be a fuse. Well, even though it seemed like it would be a fix, it was not the main relay. So I am waiting on a tow truck to hopefully take me home. So needless to say, I got the Civic towed to the house, and the next day I dug into what could have been the problem. I started with the starter. Likely part of the problem here. This terminal for the starter signal is not mounted securely to the starter. It's loose. So next I'm going to take off that bolt right there. Got a 14 on it. Somebody really messed up. There should be 2 bolts holding in the starter. The fact that it came off like that lets me know I forgot something. There are 2 bolts that should hold the starter in. This one here and this one that your boy neglected to install. I know what happened. I was installing a bunch of stuff and just forgot to put it on, but yeah. So I'm gonna take this one in for the core charge. Look at that. That definitely happened. Well, I'm gonna say it happened when I was pulling the engine, but I don't remember when it happened. I just noticed it when I was putting it together, and I was thankful that it worked, but it's getting replaced today. So here's the missing starter bolt. It was on the floor in my garage. I don't know why I didn't install it. So I'm gonna position the starter and install it. It's kind of an awkward angle, but you see where it is, and you're gonna see where the new starter is gonna go. And the long bolt, which I will not forget this time, goes under here. Part of my problem with the old starter was this thing, which rightly so was protected. This gets plugged onto here, and mine was all broken. And this is all intact, but it's a very loose connection. And that is why it came off. Look at that, it didn't even stay on. See, watch this, just. So I am gonna close these a little bit in hopes that it will stay on better. Alright, that was probably a bit too much, but it definitely will stay on. So let me see if I can get it back on there after over pinching it. Alright, that definitely was too much. So I got a pick, and I'm just going to open it a little bit. Alright, let's see if that will get on there. Yeah, that is a snugger fit, and that is a much better fit. So now, take this nut off, put the other lead back on. So the AutoZone I picked this up in used to be a Pier 1 Imports. Alright, so that's tight. Got everything bolted up. Let's see if this car starts. Hope I didn't blow something else. Of course I gotta put the intake back on because I have faith. Hey baby. I love you too. Yeah, let me put this on. I'm almost done.
A little bit.
I'm almost done. Love you too. If nothing else is blown, I will be really happy.
My husband tried to start the car, but nothing happened. Again.
All right, something else is blown, so I got more work to do, but that'll be in the morning. So my lovely Civic still isn't running. We'll put the new starter in, still nothing. And I think I found something that will definitely help. I started thinking about what could be the problem, and that led me to the ignition fuse, which is right here in the engine bay. And it was blown. So my next task was seeing if I could replace it. So I'm gonna go see if the local auto parts store has one in stock, because hopefully that'll solve my issue. I'm always looking for quicker ways to find parts, and this is the first time I did this. I was looking for a fuse. So I typed it into search and I got results, but none of them were the form factor that I needed. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and got frustrated. So I was like, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way for me to find this fuse. And like with a lot of parts, you don't know the term for it all the time. So I tried something else. I took a picture of it with my phone, and then I tried to use the lens feature because I do have an Android. I got some results, but they were pulling in things that really didn't fit exactly what I wanted. So I went back up and I cropped it out so that it was just on the fuse that I had in my hand. And then the results got a bit better. Top two were exactly the next two. All the results were the fuse. And I just went down to an auto parts store that is local to me, and it looked like it was something that they normally stocked. I was very pleased. So I updated the location to the store nearest me, and it was there. So I went and got it. So I'm gonna throw this in and see if the Civic comes alive. Let's see. Everything lit up. We're back. We are back, and it sounds good. Side note, this is an AGM battery, so it won't spill, but I still have the old tie down on, which I need to replace because I don't want that acid to mess up the new one. Replacing the starter and that fuse worked. I have not had any issues with it since, but the Civic was only trouble-free for a few days, and then I had another problem. I don't know. Something's going on with my salvage Integra engine. I noticed a noise coming from the passenger side of the engine bay, and after looking at it for a while, it seems like it's coming from the distributor area. So it's time to dig in. Well, it does sound like it's coming from right here. So the easiest thing to get to is the distributor and such. So I'm gonna see about replacing some of the components. Distributor rotor, see what the cap is looking like. Did not need to disconnect that. Ooh, do I have to take off the intake? I do. Take this off real quick. Get to this screw under here too. All right. Let's see. There is quite a bit of gunk. So I wonder if this could be our issue. And I don't know what that is, but it shouldn't be there. So now I need this to be pointing over here because this little access area will let me get to the screw. And the best way I know how to do this is to go ahead and turn the engine over. Alternatively, I could just mark the distributor and take it all off, and then I can freely turn it. So I'm going to use a marker, mark where the distributor is set, like that. And then I'm going to remove that bolt, that one there, and the other one, which is right there. So 1, 2, and 3. And they are all 12 millimeters. So now I should just be able to take it right out. So now that it's not connected, I should be able to just turn it. Oh man. And this, what is my issue? It is not happy. So I will be getting a new distributor. Let's see if I can. It does not want to come out. So I might just be getting a whole new distributor, but this was definitely my sound. And I think I saw that I could pick up a distributor locally, so I may just go ahead and do that. But I do want to know how it failed, because this is the first time I would have had a distributor on a Honda fail like this. But anyway, I'm gonna pick one up and I'll see y'all when I have the new one. So it is many hours later and I got a brand new lifetime warranty distributor. Looks good, and it is definitely the right one. And I'm gonna guesstimate, put a mark about where the other one is. Again, this car, it will run if it's not perfectly lined up, but I know this ran well, so if I get it close, it should run. And there is no noise. So let's see. I still want to get this open, but it shouldn't make that noise. So let's go ahead and put the new one in. The new distributor does come with a new seal, so I'm gonna clean out this. But what I will do is get a little bit of, just need a little bit of oil. Put a little bit of oil on the O-ring, so that it will slide in easily. Now I have to line up this with that. As you can see, it is slightly offset of center. So I'm gonna make sure I line it up.
What's up, YouTube fam? Let me know when I can have my husband back and stop working on cars and start hanging out with me.
I'm coming. There's only 3 bolts and four wires.
Okay.
So if you look at the slot, it is slightly down. So I'm gonna line this up to be slightly down. So that's in. Get this out of the way. I'll get this one started. The bolt on the lower right. And the bolt on the lower left. And now I'm just gonna snug them down. There are only 2 connections. This one here. And this one here. Then this slides on like this. All right. And when I was getting the swap up and running, I put on new spark plug wires. So I'm just going to transfer these 1 for 1 onto the new one. So, oh shoot. Did I already break something on this thing? Dadgummit. I already broke something on the new one. Shiza. Well, I hope it doesn't, I don't need that. Dadgummit, what did that do? Dadgummit. That is so unfortunate. It definitely did something, or else it wouldn't be there. I am still gonna test it, because I need to know. Even though I'm pretty certain I know what the issue was, but you know how it is. You get to working on something and you wanna know if you fixed it. All right, time to see if the noise goes away. All right, I think we're good. So it was a failing distributor. Wow, that engine is a lot quieter now. So the engine has never been this quiet. I know old engines need to get kind of worked back into sounding good, but apparently some of the noise that I was getting was likely coming from the distributor, even early on before it got real crazy. So I'm glad that fixed it. So after these repairs, I had hundreds of trouble-free miles until something else happened. But that will be in the next video. If you would like to follow along, hit subscribe. If you would like to see the things I've already done with my 95 Civic, check out my playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.